whole damn world ours if we want to.
The Ones Who Live. The newest Walking Dead sensation so far. That is what the buzz is about. Will it thrive or will it fail? Welcome to Dad and Daughter On. I'm Daughter.
And I'm the dad.
And we're going to be talking about the new trailer of The Walking Dead, The Ones Who Live. Now that's such a good title, but it doesn't roll as good as Dead City.
Dead City or Daryl Dixon.
World Beyond, I think it can speak for itself. But let's just say Michonne looks amazing, and so does Rick.
Michonne does look, I mean, she looks badass. She that last shot in that trailer where she is just, I'm not sure whether she's like elated or she's ready to go on a killing spree, but she
looks like she's ready.
She's zoned in. She's in the zone right there.
Yeah, she looks like she's ready to do both, but I think we may be getting a little bit of the Terminus Rick haircut, which I'm super excited about. This may just be me, but Terminus Rick was my favorite Rick.
That is, you know, he was totally intense there. Where the guy, that General Beale, who by the way, played by Terry O'Quinn, awesome actor. He was John Locke in Lost. So listen, that guy classes up to join anything he's in. But when he asked Rick, "Are you, a killer, or are you one who gets killed?" and Rick says, "Look in my eyes." That was very much like you said. That was the Terminus. They don't know who the fuck they're messing with.
Yeah, that was the Terminus moment through and through, and I'm so excited to just see Rick. I think I speak for all of the Walking Dead community. We say, I miss him.
So, I was thinking about this. I think, these are just my theories. First of all, I think, if I had to predict, I do not think that Rick and Michonne come together until, like, the last episode of the series. And I think this will probably be a two-part, at least 2 seasons. I think they already acknowledged that. But the other thing is, I think this is going to show, at least Rick and Michonne too, different time frames. Because if I'm right here, so the bridge blew up in season, was it the
9.
first part of season 9?
Season 9.
Bridge blew up,
the last
and
part.
Jadis picked them up in the helicopter with the CRM, took them to CRM.
Space Junk playing in the background. Actually, Space Junk was actually also played at the end of episode 1 of the pilot.
That's right.
Which is a really, really cool foreshadow.
That was
I love it so
callback.
much. And it's just so good, so intense, and I'm excited to see what happens next. I want to get a better look into the CRM, more than World Beyond, but I also want to see what this Thorn person is about. Like, thank you, Rick, for showing that I can't leave. What was up with that?
You're talking about Beale, the general? Which one's Thorn?
She was like the woman.
They showed in the captions.
Yeah.
Huh. You know what, I wonder? So, and I got watched the World Beyond, which is, I mean, that was a terrible show. I don't know if you saw how many episodes you saw of it. If any,
I think I saw like one.
Horrible. It was horrible.
Zoned out.
You got some background on the CRM, but it was a terrible show. But the one thing when I watched the World Beyond, I thought this, and I'm seeing that trailer, is you're in the zombie apocalypse, you're fighting the walkers, you're trying to survive, trying to build civilization. Maybe it's part of building civilization. They're very focused on the logos. So the CRM, they got, it's the apocalypse, but we got to make sure we got people to iron on the logos, to do the sewing, the graphic designers. Hey, that's good. Everyone, those are important jobs. But I'm just amazed that amidst all this, we gotta be branding. That's important. Be the branding in The Walking Dead.
They did say they were one of the
logos.
Most powerful military.
Yeah.
So,
and that's propaganda as part of being, flags and the symbols. So that's true. It's a good point.
I did have a small Walking Dead theory when I was rewatching the show that the first helicopter Rick saw was a CRM helicopter right outside the hospital.
In the pilot.
Yes. Because when you look at it closely, it does resemble a CRM logo.
Yeah.
Like, part of it is, like, chipped off or something.
So how do you think we'll see... We know Jadis is in this. obviously Rick and Michonne. Do you think we'll see other Walking Dead universe characters in this? Will they appear at some point?
Well, Dixon's coming back, right?
Yeah, but all right. That's chances are. What are the chances Dixon's in this?
Well, right
Percent.
now he has to get back to the U.S.
I say 0% in this first season. He's in it,
0% he's in the first season,
and,
but
and,
we could
and Carol
get
too. 0%.
we could get a mention. We could get a mention, and for all the Daryl Dixon fans, that's a win.
What about Morgan? Do we see Morgan?
Wasn't Morgan in Texas?
Morgan was in Texas, but I know you didn't see. I showed you part of that. I showed you the part of the last episode that Morgan did. So the Fear the Walking Dead, the last season they ended up in Georgia. They were back in Georgia, I think near Savannah, and Morgan decides with his new daughter, they decide to go find Rick, and that's kind of how it ends. His spouse dies, and he goes to find Rick. He says, "I'm going to go back to Alexandria to go find Rick." So I think it's pretty clear he's going to show up again at some point. I do not think we're going to see Negan. I don't think we're going to see Maggie. Judith, maybe.
It is it's very possible
In a flashback or
that
something.
That Negan and Maggie could actually be back at Carol's camp. You know, where Carol was it Carol?
Well, no, I don't think
No, it was not
because
Carol. It was
Dead
one
City,
of them saying someone came back, like through the walkie-talkie.
And Daryl Dixon.
That Daryl heard.
I don't think we're going to see that until Daryl Dixon season 2.
I'm excited for that though. I want to know who came back.
I think what's going to happen here, I think you're going to have this season. I think those are going to be another season of, my guess, of Rick and Michonne. You know, they're already making Daryl Dixon season 2. They're already making Dead City season 2. Maybe this leads into another series where they all come back together, and I don't know.
Like a Walking Dead cinematic universe.
The Walking Dead Avengers team up or something. Walking Dead Endgame. All right, so let's kind of. What do you think? You think are you excited for this?
Yes, I'm excited, and I'm also kind of interested that they brought Japanese into the show, like with Michonne saying "believe" a little bit more, or her phone saying that "believe" a little bit more. That's interesting. But I also love the drawings on her phone because it just brings the whole show together.
So, how many, you remember that episode where Carl was drinking out of the pudding?
He was not drinking.
Or not drinking, but eating out of the pudding. Yeah. How many out of 5, which is the highest? How many how many cans of pudding would you give this trailer? 5 being the highest.
I'd say maybe 4 1/4. Like, it was really good. I felt like it needed a tiny bit more Walker, or unless the show isn't focusing on the Walkers, like how it. I don't know if World Beyond focused on the Walkers, probably didn't, but I do want to see how the CRM is going to handle variants.
Hey, what do you think? You know what? This trailer showed a lot of the CRM military blowing shit up. Right? It looked like they were destroying a city. There's a city in flames. I don't know if that was the city from the World Beyond. This is like a flashback. Because again, I think they're going to have to show Rick from the point of that midpoint of season 9. Then the midpoint of season 9 until the next episode that Rick left. The following episode took place 6 or 7 years later. There was a time jump.
8 years.
It was 8 years later?
Yeah.
Whatever that was, there was a time jump. Then there was, then you get to the Whisperers. And that Whisperers War, that was about a year or so. Let's say there was a year to 2 years from the Whisperers War to the end of the Commonwealth storyline.
Rest in peace, Paul Rovia, a.k.a. Jesus.
Right. Then, then there was another time jump, it seems like, between the end of the Walking Dead mainline series and where Daryl Dixon and Dead City are. I don't know, maybe a year, 2 years later. So at some point, this is all going to have to connect. And also you get the Fear of the Walking Dead timeline out there.
It's somewhere out there among this mess.
So
But it's like a web when you think about it. But one thing that I really want to get my hands from the trailer now is I want to get the music. What was that song? If someone can find out in the comments what they used for the trailer, I'd be very happy.
well, I think we're both psyched about Walking Dead. Thanks for joining us, and hit the subscribe and like button, and we really appreciate it. So I'm the dad.
And I'm the daughter.
Peace out.
Bye!